I got my gimbal. I got my camera a little crooked, but I'm gonna leave it. So I just want to leave a quick message on here. I'd like to get some of you in here for a minute because we're not going to be able to interact with each other too much for 7 days unless it's in other people's rooms, etc., or maybe through here. So this is an important time to be subscribed to the American Amy Backup channel. So if you're interested in what's going on, hello with the people, because in the American Amy Backup channel, I'm now here to inform you that the original American Amy channel has received a community strike for the Pensacola situation. Hold on. My cigarette was about to go out and I wasn't gonna let it. Yeah, it's fucked up. They took it down. This is the crazy thing. They said we were talking about the 2020 election being a fraud or something. I've never discussed that as far as I know. Hey, ATL. And I listened, no, the panel's been taken down. The panel, I had talked to Dr. Sean and I was telling him I thought it was yellow and I had appealed it. But no, actually, that's wrong. It was green, okay? After you do the stream, if you're not monetized, you might not know this. After the live stream's over, if it's done on the panel, you go back and you need to click it on if you want it monetized. And so I wanted this one monetized. So I clicked it on and instantly turned green. That's the best thing that can happen. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Because a lot of times when you have panels, they turn yellow because they don't know what people are saying or whatever. I don't know why it happens. It just does. So usually though, you just do this little thing called a review. You click a little button and they usually review it. And usually, unless you got a lot of cussing or you're talking about something they may find as controversial, they usually go ahead and turn it green. If not, they leave it yellow, no harm, no foul. You might get a couple ads on it, you might not. It's no big deal. At least people get to see your shit, right? And you don't get in no trouble. So I really don't think on that thing, we didn't even have any footage on it. And I don't remember anybody talking about anything like that. It surely wasn't my intention. No, they didn't, thank God. They did not shut my channel down. And it does not look like they demonetized me, but I'm not sure. It doesn't look like it, but I don't know. I do know for 7 days, hit the like button, please. For 7 days, I cannot, hey, Randy. For 7 days, I cannot post, I was trying to put something in a community post. Yeah, I was on this fire this morning. I was emailing, I don't even remember, somebody about something. I was doing work, and I go to post something on a community post, go to share a link or something, and damn it, if I'm not allowed to post nothing. And I'm like, fuck. So I look and sure enough, I've got a real community, my first strike. So I'm gonna appeal this because I did not intend to ever, I don't think nobody did talk about anything on that channel that was about the Trump election. My channel's never been political. I'm not political. So we were not discussing anything about the election, nor were we talking about election fraud. So I'm going to appeal it. So I just want to let you guys know, so I'll be around in other people's comments and shit, but I can't post on it for 7 days. So, hey Karen, how you doing, darling? If y'all want to pass the backup channel out to people, that's fine. But before I can, think about uploading any content on there, I've got to figure out how to appeal this. I mean, I know the steps to take, but I don't know exactly what to say and how to word it. And I've worked on it all day long, and I'm to the point where I just decided I'm going to stop for now. And I'm going to go lay down and rest for a little bit and just watch some fucking YouTube. Because I haven't had time to watch YouTube all day, and I like to watch YouTube. but I ain't had time to watch on YouTube. All I've had time to do is worry about this, and I've been talking to people that's been trying to help me. There's so many people that's already tried to help me that I don't even want to name them. I can't name them. It's like been 5-6 people already. Hate the outsider. So it is what it is, and I'm trying to, I can see it, man. It's almost Andrew's channel still, guys. If anybody wants to download this or screen record this for me so I will know exactly, and also I want to help other people listen to it. I know I didn't say nothing about that because I know I don't talk about that. That's not what I deal with. You know, you have to pick certain, if you, that shit ain't never had nothing to do with me or my channel. It's never been nothing I dealt with. I don't really concern myself with that. I am not into that shit. It's not something I would be talking about. Now, did one of my guests say something about it? I sure don't think so. I sure don't. I've already watched this panel like 3 times because when you do a panel, I don't know about you guys, but me, when I do a panel, I usually watch it, unless it's real long. Even then, I usually skim back through it, you know, just to check and see what's going on with it, you know, and how it turned out. Yeah, and I don't even think they're basing on the chat because, first of all, it damn sure wouldn't be right to, but, you know, things aren't always fair, you know, in life. And even when the rules are clearly set, and with YouTube, they don't seem to be clearly set. But even in the United States of America, where we have a constitution, the original constitution, the law of the land, if things don't if shit ain't fair there, and, you know, and if shit ain't like, if they got dead set fucking rules that are supposed to be set in stone, well, if those aren't fair, if they don't work, these rules are very vague with YouTube, and they're a private company, and it's vague. It's very vague. So, you know, I'm just I worked on it all day. I'll work on it some more. It's going to rain here. That's why I'm heading back to my space. But I just wanted to tell you guys, because I know you guys probably wonder why I ain't been putting no videos out. And then, like, my last video only got like 100 views, which is really crazy. I never really get any views. And I think, and I'm not talking about you guys, I just don't see how it's possible that I look at other people's channels and it's almost, I don't know, I don't know. Who knows who did this to me? Why did they even look at it? This thing was green. Okay, it turned green. It was green ever since Monday. Okay, that means it was fully monetizable. That means it was ad friendly, whatever they call that shit. And then all of a sudden, this morning I wake up, they changed their minds. And they lied too. I really believe they lied. I'm not sure. I don't think they purposely lied. I think they may misunderstood. Maybe they have an AI. Maybe if they see certain words come up together. The word Trump was mentioned at one time, and the other word was mentioned at one time. My God, I'm scared. I feel censored on my own channel. I've always felt that way in a way. I mean, damn. You know, it's a private company, you know? But I don't think nobody said nothing like that. I really don't. But I would like to be sure. I know they didn't, but I want to, you know, but right now, I just would like to screen record it too, but I'm not going to do it right now. The fuck? Okay. Because, I can't figure it out how. So if anybody has YouTube Premium, or if y'all could go to Sheets for Sheriffs, and record that for me, I would appreciate it. And then you can send it to me, and I can, you know, we'll figure out a way to get it to me. Or don't post it on your channel though. Whatever you do, do not post it on your channel. Okay? Do not post it on your channel. There's no reason to do that, because if they, you know, Andrew, I guess he has his up there because he doesn't, he's had his channels messed with so much anyway, you know, so that might be what it is with him, you know. I don't know. Worried about that. Very concerned about that, way more than YouTube. Yeah, way more. Way more. It's okay. Hey, how are you? Good. Looks like it's gonna rain. Yep. Clouds. You guys see these clouds up here? Yeah, always. Florida. So yeah, guys, it looks like it's gonna rain here. So we'll walk a little bit more, but we don't want to walk too far because we don't want to get wet. Okay. I just don't know that man and the way he swung his car in there. And it's not because he's black, so I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that. Y'all seen the way the man kind of swung his car, and it was kind of scary, to me. And then he was behind me. That's why I flipped my camera. And that's what I'm supposed to do if I'm ever in fear of anything or anybody. I'm supposed to turn my camera so where you guys can see that person. Okay, I've done it before when there were young guys out here at night. I don't know what color they were because it was nighttime. I just don't know. So I just want to tell you guys it felt good to have that you guys have my back if I am ever afraid. But when your channel, thank God we got the backup channel for now. But I have other ways too. Y'all know there's other ways that we connect. There's no use to even mention them. Y'all know them. So if they kick me off all this, y'all know how to find me. Take the Grim Reaper Show. So I don't think this is gonna be a big deal. I mean, it is a big deal, but I've already, put myself through enough stress for one day about it. That's their driveway, though. You see? That's their driveway. Everybody gets to park 2 cars on their driveway. It sucks. It's an HOA. That's what they were talking about, code enforcement. I have a question, guys. I don't understand this. Okay, if down in Punta Gorda, here I go again, I'm gonna get myself in trouble because for all we know, it might have been in Punta Gorda. I don't know what happened. I don't know who said something or if anybody said something. I don't know why this happened, okay? That's another thing. If anybody knows why this might have happened, y'all got suggestions. Y'all got suggestions on how to appeal this. Like I said, right now, I'm so frustrated that I don't see me working on it no more tonight, to be honest. I just had enough right now. I got 7 days to do something about it, and that's just I just can't right now. And if I want to, be able to do it, I want to do it right. But no, anyway, so this is the HOA. But that reminds me of code enforcement. Okay, so if the city ordinance in Punta Gorda, Florida, what they were talking about when they said kangaroo court, it reminds me of one time. You see these roofs, okay? Like this one here. It's kind of a little dirty, but it's all right. No, it's okay. All right, so these roofs, this one's got okay, they have to be clean. And I had just had my roof. This is not my house, but I have a roof like this, right? And I live in an HOA similar to this one. You see, there's one across the street too. There's several of them around here like this. Okay, so I had just had my roof cleaned, and it smelled great, and they no, it smelled horrible. It smelled like bleach because I'm allergic to bleach. I can't stand the smell of bleach. I almost died when they were cleaning it. Okay, when I use bleach, like in my home, I have to open all the windows and use just a very little bit. It'll take my breath away. It's giving me bronchitis before. I bet Karen might know about this. I don't know if it does it to her, but I know she has breathing problems sometimes. But anyway, this is all tying into a story, and I know it's long, and if you gotta go, that's fine, but I need to get it on record why it makes sense, okay? So I know that I just had my roof cleaned. So they got these people that ride by, they're volunteer neighbors. They ride by, and if they see something wrong with your house, like if you got a dirty roof, they take a picture of it and they send it to the HOA and snitch on you, okay? I don't even think they get paid to be Karens. right? Okay, so then he went, so we knew our roof was clean, okay? We took pictures of it. He had his other friend come over, take pictures, and even crawl up, put a ladder up there and take pictures of the top of the roof. Anyway, so they said we took too long to respond or something. How you doing? And they sent him a letter wanting him to go to a hearing at the HOA. So he goes. And I might have told you all this story before, but this all ties in to me. It makes sense. It might make sense. It makes sense to me, but I wonder how this can be legal. So it's gonna all make sense eventually. And if y'all don't want to hear it, I at least need to put it down on record somewhere. Okay, so he goes down there. By the time he gets there, it was at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. There's like 4 people like sitting at this board. They're like the HOA committee, and they are voted in, okay? And I would imagine they're paid too. Anyway, I don't know. Never looked into it, because I didn't buy this shit. But anyway, so he goes down there, and when he gets there, they say, never mind, we've already been back by there, and we see that it's now clean. Well, it was clean, before you even gave me the notice, because I had just happened to have it clean because I had no sense to know it was dirty, not because I got a letter in the mail. But I have gotten letters in the mail about other things, like I had bikes parked out there. But anyway, we're not getting into all that. Okay, so I got to think about code enforcement now. Code enforcement is generally like when you don't take your yards to, like, if I lived in here in my front yard, they mow my backyard. But if I lived in here, this is a little different than mine, but the backyard, you have to mow yourself. But if the front yard was too high, or if you had a bunch of trash out there, you got to clean it up. They're not going to let you away with that. Okay, same thing with code enforcement in the city. If you've got a car with a bad tag or your grass is too high, code enforcement's going to come out there. And if you don't pay it, you're going to get a fine. Hell, they might even even in a private place like this, if you don't do what they say, I guess they'll put a lien on your property and kick you out. They'll probably take your property. The city, I can see them fining you and putting liens on your property. But could you ever see that being criminal? I couldn't. So how the hell are these unconstitutional ordinance things being handled in these courts? And that's what somebody was talking about, getting them to a higher court immediately. How do you do that? I think it was Lewis that was talking about that. So does that make sense to y'all? How is that legal? That would be like that would be like if I had trash in my front yard, and not only do they fine me to death, put liens on my property, maybe even take my property, but I don't see them ever taking me to jail for it, right? So how can you go to jail eventually? Because eventually, if you kept breaking that ordinance, when you go to jail, and even if you don't go to jail, don't you still have a right to defend yourself against something like that? And if you don't ID to get that ticket or to get that thing, you would damn sure go to jail. So how can that become criminal? I'm just wondering. I don't quite understand that. So that's just something to ponder. I mean, maybe I'm just thinking crazy, but it don't make sense to me. Code enforcement. That'd be like my HOA taking me to jail. I know the worst they can do is if I didn't have a clean roof, which my roof is clean. Right, same thing. So why, when I hold up a sign in Punta Gorda, Florida, if a person holds up a sign that says a word they don't like, why can code enforcement fine me for what's on my clothes? And then if I don't ID for such fine, I could go to jail for not IDing. And they're not even ever supposed to even ticket nor arrest people under this, but they are. That would be like if my HOA not just took my house, but they also sent me to jail. Wouldn't it? Seems like it to me. I don't know how displaying a word can ever cause a person to to go to jail. I don't get that. Or to have these tickets and legal fees. It's because it's unconstitutional, and that's why it don't make no sense. And if it don't make no sense, it usually is not true. And it's not true, in my humble opinion. Anyway, there's 3 flags. Yeah, so that's the end of my thought, guys. Thanks for letting me get that down. You know how when you have a thought, you just want to get it out there? Yeah, it's the fucking First Amendment. Yeah, it's disgusting. And I'm getting sicker and sicker of it. But I want to thank you guys for listening to me. It sounded like a rant, and in a way it was, because I am stressed out. But that's just some thoughts I was having earlier, and my mind switches a lot. And if I don't get it down, I'll forget. All right, I love you guys. I want to thank you for joining me. Karen, don't leave. Let me make you a mod. We people, you still in here? Yeah, I'll make her a mod too, because we might, if I do need you guys, because anything could happen to me. You know, what if I get in a scary situation? You know, I need somebody to watch my back, man. All right, bye guys. I love y'all, and I appreciate you all. And if you want to see the Punta Gorda show, you better hurry up. It's on Sheets for Sheriff, okay? And if you want to download it, but don't post it because you might get in trouble.